Good evening, Speed Gaming. Hope you're all having a lovely Monday evening. I wish it was Tuesday, but we are here for Game 3 between the Uncle Routers and Link Floyd, doing some co-op Randomizer, the Mode of Kings, to decide who is going to move on to the next round. Join me in the booth is Blue Link. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. We are almost to the end of the first round of playoffs here, and there are still a couple of matchups that need to be decided. This is one of them. So hopefully we'll have an exciting race here.
Would be a good time. We are also joined on tracking by... Oh geez, I was practicing this pronunciation earlier. It's Sayryux and the legendary Drossi on tracking for this, because it's gonna be chaotic. We have 4 people going at once. You know, we're gonna need all the help we can get keeping track of those items.
All right,
we're gonna be getting... Yeah, I was gonna say, we're getting started right now.
Perfect.
So, hearts and capes at the 2 starting points.
We are listening to Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door from one of our runners.
Let me see in the general chat here. Our lovely tracker said, Sayryux had said that a Thousand-Year Door is Breadcoon.
Okay, we have Green Pendant, Turtle Rock. Gentleman took an unfortunate death, but that's Randomizer for you.
Yup, Tree Pull was full mana pots, which is great because in the back of Sahasrara I detected an Ice Rod.
Ooh. Alright, just 20 rupees on Lumberjack Ledge. We won't be needing to beat Aga just for that, at least.
Randomizer takes all of your usual screen execution. Oh, there's a glove at the mushroom spot. Nice pickup. And we also found a flute.
Oh, that's very nice. Yes, that would explain why Hitman is following so close. Wait, nope, I'm confused. Okay, the flipper's turned up in the first chest there in the front of Escape.
Hey, why not? You don't have a weapon, but you can still always get to that chest.
So unfortunately for the Uncle Routers, looks like Hitman did not continue into Hyrule Castle. Breadcoon's about to pick up his flute, and let's see what he does.
I mean, there's a way to get back to that flute pretty quickly, and there are some runners that'll save and quit out of the Lost Woods anyway. Ooh, hello, Red Zyzax. We have Gentleman bonking for some bombs to be able to do some of the stuff here in Kakariko, so we'll be able to take a look at that. While at the same time, Breadcoon is going to be checking out the back of Escape thanks to that glove pickup.
Oh, this is an exceedingly friendly back of Escape, my goodness.
The bug net, a key, and $300.
Well, good thing Gentleman got some extra bombs. He missed with the first one.
Oh dear. So far, not really much to write home about in there, so let's see if there's anything in the back. Nope, just more garbage. Let's check out the well from Breadcoon. Why not? Let's see what we got going on over there. We got, oh, the lantern! We're getting
That's always a nice
dangerously
sign.
close to AGA 1 requirements.
Yeah, just a sword at this point.
Not too much else here in the well. The lantern was the big prize, so the nice thing about co-op is you can relay that, hey, you only need the one chest in here, unless you need some more bombs, and you can also skip the bottle vendor, because that's just a scam.
That lamp's even more helpful in Randomizer, of course, because some of those dark rooms can be very, very dangerous.
And Chicken Hut becomes terrifying in Randomizer. We have a Beamos, we have a Thief that can knock all your stuff off, and it was all for 50 bucks.
Alright, Gentleman escapes with his bombs and his life.
And Shiloh wants that boomerang, so they take it from the Sunken Prize. Ooh, there's some armor in the top of the brewery there. That's very handy at this state. We are very weak.
Oh,
And-
Samaria on Zora. Desert Ledge.
Yeah, I spy the red cane. Okay, which way is that? We gotta dodge that spike boy now. Ooh, and now we have the mini Helma. You don't really want to hang out in stationary spots too long. All these crazy enemies are gonna come get you.
Right, Breadcoon's taking that shiny new lamp to go rescue the old man. And wow,
Ooh, there are-
Shiloh just found the Titan's Mitts in Nagina's cave.
Lovely. We are just a pearl away from Dark World access, and, you know, blowing the game wide open at 6 minutes in is terrifying for routing. You know, but then again, in co-op, you can divide and conquer and try to figure out how you want to split things up. So I'd have to imagine Gentleman's going to be very interested in checking out those mitts pretty soon. Meanwhile, we have the Uncle Routers going up Death Mountain and also checking out Mini Moldorm Cave. And Shiloh's going to check the back Saha while Gentleman will collect that first chest in Escape. Oh, we're seeing some creative frozen enemy kills from Hitman here.
I have
we
never
can-
seen it done quite like that before, but you can't argue with it being the most efficient way with our current equipment set.
Oh, there's a sword though. Game's playable.
That's just funny.
And now with that sword, you know, we could go into AGA 1 if we so desire. But I have to imagine with the Titan's Mitts and the Moon Pearl, we're gonna be not doing that when we get the Moon Pearl.
Right, Shiloh is giving us a look at Eastern.
And we can also take a look here at Ice Rod Cave from Hitman. None of our runners have done a map check yet, but we can see that Eastern is some sort of crystal.
Breadcoon giving us an early look at King's Tomb. That's just a heart container, which is certainly welcome.
Meanwhile, we have Hitman setting up for the Water Dash, which is going to be pretty scary in Randomizer because, yeah, there it is.
Ouch.
There are enemies that can ruin your dash. Yeah, I feel like in Randomizer, that's really not worth the risk because you could get put into, you know, the penalized state where you have to wait like a whole minute if you don't get the pause right or what have you. Ah, there we go. We have 3 blue crystals in the light world, I believe I saw from that map check.
Oh, Hitman going to find the flippers for his team.
And because they have the sword, they can get all the way down to Zelda's cell.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Worth checking out this early in the game.
Wow, very nice hover by Gentleman to get that heart container in Spec Rock Cave.
It's a nice little flex. Get the fingers warmed up for potentially other hovers. Red Coon will have the option if they so choose later. They have enough cash for the Zora fish, but I don't think they're going to be going in there anytime soon. Well, maybe they will. It looks like they're going to attempt the same no, they are not going to. They were told about Ice Rod Cave being dead, and they're headed to the eastern area. The camper has a bow, though, so that's very fascinating for Gentleman to find out. Eastern is now beatable, and we want to do that.
Alright, just the map in Zelda's cell.
This will be a little bit of an unfortunate double dip for Breadcoon, as we know where a bow is, and he doesn't have it. But we don't know the Eastern Palace boss because the bosses are also shuffled. I forgot about that. But we still need the bow to get to the boss, whoever that is.
No, wait, actually we don't need the boss, or the bow. Because those red Igors have gotten shuffled out.
Oh, they got shuffled away too. Right. See, this is how, like, Randomizer can break your brain.
I think Shiloh didn't want to continue because she doesn't have the lamp. Or didn't have the lamp at the
Dark
time she was
Rooms.
now.
Ooh, half magic on the Zora Ledge, though. That's a nice pickup.
Right, the Uncle Riders have obtained that bow. Hitman just picked it up.
Yeah, Breadcoon will continue. I mean, you again might not you logically need it, but not necessarily need it. So. Let's see what we're up to next. We're still in search of a Moon Pearl, so... And we don't have a mirror to do any bunny walk checks to, mirror locked locations.
Alright, Gentleman doing Mini Moldorm Cave with the bow. That is the third different strat we've seen so far.
Hey, it works. We're checking out Dark Cross from Hitman from the rear here. Oh, 2 rollers, and there's the Moon Pearl.
Wow.
Okie dokie. And since Hitman knows where the mitts are, he can immediately get those mitts and then head straight to the Dark World, and that looks exactly like what we're gonna do.
Oh, we just saw a compass check from Breadcoon, and I missed the boss of Eastern. Oh, Moth, thank you.
Alright, that's a free farm. So we're gonna get those mitts from Hitman. They'll be the first one into the Dark World. So, will Link Floyd think about doing Dark Cross before they decide to rush Aga 1? 'Cause at some point, they're going to be really low on checks, and they might just start to risk it for the biscuit, you know, pull the chute a little early and see if just progression's over at pod. You know, like get the pearl or something off the pyramid ledge.
That would certainly be an interesting choice. Because to get to Aga, you have to go through the castle anyway, and if you know there's an item in Dark Cross, you probably want to go there first, right?
Right. But if well, they both have the lamp. They have the lamp now, so they can get and see that. Then do a death warp. So that's the thing about co-op races. It's so chaotic. You got to see everyone everywhere all at once.
Right, here's Mothula for Breadkin. Hitman has visited used his shiny new mitts to go to Skull Woods.
Yeah, you know, Skull Woods got the goods, and I'm a believer in the dunk of 50,000 seed play. So down goes Mothula for Breadcoon.
That's crystal number 1, just 15 minutes in. It looks like Shiloh has 311 rupees, but I can't be exactly sure.
Yeah, they're a little broke right now. I think they're about to get the no, they're skipping right away. Okay. So this will be bread collecting, and well, no, they're going to Zelda Cell first. Okay. Or, well, no, they have to get the flippers. That's right. Now they can get the pearl.
So the Uncle Routers have a fairly sizable advantage at this point. They didn't have to double dip Eastern, and they have that Moon Pearl, which Link Floyd has not found yet.
I think this will be Shiloh discovering the Moon Pearl in a second, but, you know, both... You know, we have Bread also about to get the Moon Pearl right now, so...
Uh-oh.
Ooh, we're rushing. Oh no. So there's... Shiloh is taking the gamble into Aga 1.
This is certainly interesting.
I mean, it's a play, but this is... You know, this is what happens when you think you're gonna get a little cute, you know, pull the chute a little early. You are definitely correct that it was worth to, with the lamp, be able to go to Dark Cross. Maybe they just miscounted items with like keys. But this is definitely gonna delay that Moon Pearl discovery, and we're gonna have a little bit of confusion once we defeat Aga 1. And we don't see progression on the Pyramid Ledge, or a Pearl at the Pyramid Ledge.
It's still possible there's something useful for progression on Pyramid Ledge, but certainly not guaranteed and not likely.
Right, and the Uncle Routers would have access to it via going through the Dark World. Through the North Portal. Since we have flippers, we can jump in the water and swim to that side of the map.
Okay, we have vanilla 5-6 crystals at Ice and Mire.
That's fun.
And I think I saw a pendant at Swamp, but I'm not quite sure.
Our scam is a bit of a refund.
Thieves and Swamp were the pendants. Thank you, chat. Hitman getting the first bottle there in chest game.
I see we have Link Floyd's third teammate who has to watch from the sidelines in chat, TJ Joel. Hope you're having a good time sweating.
Okay, well, hopefully Jetto Man goes. Yes, he's going to Dark Cross.
Okay, we're gonna save it. But at this point, you know, we're doing combat against those Gibdos. We're pretty deep into the castle tower here. As long as Shiloh doesn't die. Okay, we can get that key pretty safely.
Well, that's the Moon Pearl for Jetto Man.
Yeah, so this will be Jetto Man saying in chat, "Hey buddy, I got some bad news for you." As the hook shot is found in Thieves Town.
And the shovel, okay.
Oh, we love a suspicious shovel.
Right, Jetto Man about to pick up his mitts.
I think this might be Bread. Instead of going into Thieves to follow Hitman, we might be rushing to the south as we see an Argus, although we can fight it and get a pendant here.
It's actually really convenient.
Okay, Bread is going to follow in. I thought maybe he would have rushed south to, like, say, Hype Cave and kind of get a check on that sort of thing.
I suppose if the hookshot's here, you may as well just grab it. Especially considering it's a pendant dungeon and you don't really need to go fight Argus.
Yeah, this will be, you know, Hitman testing the waters here to see if this is something we need to finish out. Down to 1.5 hearts, though, so we're gonna have to be a little careful with this jetting Argus.
Well, Shiloh has defeated Aga 1. We're about to find out if that time investment will pay off.
Nope. Just a piece of heart. So this is her time to do a save and quit and then go collect that pearl.
Okay, just 3 bombs there on Argus. Now, having access to that Dark World portal means she could go to Pod right after this.
Yeah, that's potentially scary.
Which, honestly, like, if that's something you've invested a bunch of time in, I don't know if that's, you know, sunken cost fallacy or not, but if you have access to Pod like that, you should probably push that.
And you have the bow, so you can do bow lock side, no problems. Gentleman with a nice little hover there. Getting rewarded with a small key for his efforts there. Yeah, TJ's hoping what we're hoping. We're hoping for a divide and conquer, you know. Jetto, you finish the left side, I go right side.
Okay, the shovel just had a bee in a bottle. Not even a good bee.
Well, that's disappointing. Sick Kid has for us a heart container, as we get a big 20 from Stumpy there. I think that was a 20. It was kind of hard to see. Kylo saving and quitting out of roller hell, and we'll probably, hopefully, rush to the pod area.
just 20 rupees from the Smiths, but Hitman gonna get 5 checks here in Hype Cave.
A lot of cash, but nothing really important in Hype Cave, so that's a little disappointing. We're gonna see Bread going to East Death Mountain, and Shiloh is rushing Pod as discussed.
But it looks like Hitman could just be swimming the long way right over there, actually.
Yep. That was always an option for them, thanks to having the flippers. No weird water walk setup required.
So whatever advantage might have come out of an early pod dip for Link Floyd is probably going to be neutralized here.
Yeah, fortunately though, I mean, Link Floyd is still in this, you know, we've found a lot of the same items again. But we do have Bread. I think they are the first one up to East Death Mountain, because they can check like 15 checks between the light and the dark world. We get a Master Sword and Spectacle Rock. And we'll just kind of continue on here. We got a small key in the shooter room of Pod, so this is the game telling you you are supposed to be here even if you didn't have the bow. Oh, did I misspeak? I said unfortunately and said fortunately? I mean, well, TJ's already memeing in chat about saying being done with League, so maybe he's hoping for a throw. I don't know. Apologies. Alright, Spiral Cave having nothing as usual. And we're going to be able to see Bowlock's side in a second.
So I think other than that Master Sword, nothing of value has turned up on the mountain so far for Breadkun.
Yep, and now we're gonna get our Super Bunny Cave and other goodies. Not much on Bowlock's side. Shiloh is gonna continue on by doing a Death Warp. And, ooh, attempt 2 swords on the mountain. Okie dokie.
Very nice.
Having that kind of firepower now is very, very nice. Oh, we're gonna check, the Turtle Rock Medallion. It's Ether. Alright, let's check out Hookshot Cave. We got ourselves a mushroom. Barf. Ooh, we want that berry. Oh, and we caught it. Into the bottle. Money. More money. And the mirror. That's gonna be a big pull. So far, it's just been the Uncle Routers being first to items here, so they can press the advantage here and there.
In fact, Hitman is the first into the back of Pod, too, despite entering second.
I think it's because Shiloh decided they wanted to check out the Key 4 key at the big key chest. Memorizing your pod layout becomes kind of important. Because it can allow you to skip that whole sequence there and save you like 20-30 seconds.
Well, we have our second Mothula at the top of Hera.
Sure, well, it's taking all the Mothulas in the pool. I don't think you can have 3 Mothulas in the pool.
Correct. 3 bosses are selected to appear twice. First, Vitreous here in pod.
Fortunately, we have a cape. We can do some spins until we run out of mana.
Well, Powder there in Dark Mace, it's very nice to have. Especially because anti-fairies can just show up wherever they want.
The Cane of Burna in the Rupee basement.
So the map and compass turned up in Hera, so that means there is an item in the basement.
Yeah, look at that hover from Gentleman, and hovering like all over the place, very fancy. Redcoon taking no chances, he's using that cape with that tempered sword, and we get the hammer from the drop of the boss. So we're kind of, speeding our way towards being able to defeat almost any boss.
Yeah, we just need a Fire Rod to be able to beat Trinex, and a Fire Rod or Bombos if we run into Cold Stare. We are going to need a Fire Rod to finish Skull Woods. We need 1 medallion to get into Misery Mire, but we haven't had a look at that yet.
I'm sure with that mirror... Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure with that mirror we're gonna investigate that on the Uncle Router side very soon. Other than that, yeah, you're right. Sorry for stepping over. Oh, we're gonna check out the item in the Hera basement. Let's see if we can anger Homewrecker with a required item. Oh, and there's silvers. Close to required.
I don't think Hitman's gonna go pick those up. Shiloh is gonna go for a fighter sword Vitreous fight. She does have the cape.
But no hammer, so there's kind of a problem here.
Oh yeah, no hammer, you're right. Good point.
Gentleman discovers the mirror. So I guess that's a question in chat coming up. Is it worth to spend 45-50 seconds to get the silver arrows? Debatable. I mean, it makes Vitreous a cinch, and we know that there's at least one hanging out waiting for us. And here goes Bread into the Mire area. We're gonna know our Mire medallion requirement. And it's Bombos. Those red guards just big waiting for him at the top of the staircase. So Jediman's gonna stumble into that hammer pretty soon.
Question is he also going to find those silvers while he's here?
We're trying for the, No, I don't think you can Harapot this one, Gentleman. There's too many rollers. Meanwhile, we have Bread and Desert. So they're kind of our next exploration here. We don't have a key. We left it behind in the middle. Or in the big chest, rather. Wow, Desert is roller heaven here.
Okay, that Mimic is playing goaltender with that small key in that big chest.
Yeah, Randomizer can get pretty wacky.
Oh, that was a green Mimic. It just looked red because of reasons?
Oh, palette shuffle. Ah, gentleman bullied off by the Mothula. Meanwhile, Bread is off to the boss of Desert.
This is just a basic Moldorm. Well, I shouldn't call it basic until we see how many eyes it has.
Shadowman and Hitman collecting hammers at the same time. Which is good news for Shiloh, because they're on their way up the mountain where they know they have to go fetch that mirror, and then they'll be able to collect that hammer as well.
Yeah, quite a lucrative mountain, actually. 2 swords, hammer, mirror, silvers if you want them. Looks like Gentleman is not going for the silvers.
But
And
Hitman is. Yeah. I guess they deem it worthy for later. I mean, it kind of cancels its time out on just Ganon alone. You know, being able to phase 4 Ganon really quickly versus doing a bunch of spins. I mean, you can cut that time down by being good with triples, but,
Alright, well that's a 4-eyed Moldorm down, and that's crystal number 3 for Breadcoon.
And for those joining a little bit late, this is a Game 3 between Uncle Routers and Link Floyd. This is a best of 3, so whoever wins this match advances to the next round of the Open League playoffs. Playoff opponent TBD. I believe there's a reseed, so we won't know who they're playing next, but we leave behind a shield at the Checkerboard Cave. Disappointing.
Okay, Hitman's gonna go finish off Pod with the hammer to actually be able to get to Viddy, and the silver arrows to help out in the fight.
Our wonderful tracker Drosy, also a big wig at the league, is informing us that if the Uncle Routers win, they will play Joy of Rando. If Link Floyd wins, they play the Crystal Roller Crew. And of course, I can't help but mention our other wonderful tracker, SayRayUX, tracking all of this craziness happening. No way would I be able to keep things straight here. I can't do it as it is.
Breadcoon checked hammer pegs, that was nothing. Picked up the purple chest now. Unfortunately, he is not the one who has powder for his team, and can't check Magic Bat.
Now that we have a hammer, we can defeat the boss of Pod. Yeah, we really need that Bombos medallion and that fire rod.
Oh, Kane of Samaria was on Desert Ledge, to answer chat. Right, here's Vitreous for Hitman. Shadowman's picked up his third crystal.
Oh, the mushroom turn-in being 50 rupees, by the way, I see. Ooh, we let the eyeball get around a bit instead of being able to shoot it right off the hop, but we got the eyeball down on Hitman's side there.
Redkun's gonna head into Swamp. Pendant Swamp, mind you. Which is entirely defensible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't hate it. Anything that feels pretty scary to do solo is far less scary in co-op because, you know, your teammate, if you're on the wrong path, can alert you when they find what you're looking for. And Hitman gonna go clean up Eastern here, doing the old wombo combo.
Oh, and there's the fire rod we needed.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Bredkin's deciding he's gonna leave. Gentleman's actually going into Swamp right now as well.
Yeah, that fire rod, I mean, that lets you defeat, you know, another dungeon. Or at least gains you access, and that should be enough to get you through. Yeah, the fire rods. Oh, our first Lionel. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, because that fire rod does let you get all the stuff in Ice Palace, and you can finish off the back of Skull. And we are just looking for Bombos at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we've even conveniently got the ice rods, so we don't have to fear any Trinexuses on the climb.
We may not have to fear one on the climb, but everyone always fears an Ice Trinex.
Shades always drive me crazy in Randomizer. And Breadcoon doing all that work for a compass, but that'll be kind of nice.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sure glad we found that cape early into the seed.
Right, Shadowman also heading to Ice, so he is just slightly behind Breadcoon. But between Hitman and Shiloh, there's quite a difference in progress so far.
Yeah, at this point, Shiloh needs to really clear some dungeons. Because like it or not, you do have to do the crystals. Meanwhile, we have Red working their way through Ice Palace.
I believe there was a Helmasaur in Ice Palace.
Okay, that's not too bad.
We certainly can defeat any boss, but it's good to know what your magic requirements might be before heading into the boss fight. Shiloh has a bit of a mishap with the Mimic and the Star Switches there.
Yeah, they're having a bit of a time here in Hera, doing a lot of combat that we would try to avoid normally. Um, so I believe that was my. I only had half an eye. I saw Hitman. I guess they got their fire on and they're out of swamp as well.
Yes. Oh, surprise, Wallmaster!
Yeah. Hey, goodbye, all of your progress.
Wow.
The Randomizer special for you. You never know when a Wallmaster's gonna come get you. So I suspect because Gentleman is unawares and, you know, not used to seeing Wallmasters in that room, I think they're gonna probably fall for it too.
Oh, Gentleman showing off the hovers once again.
I remember playing an Randomizer where... Or no, I was watching an Randomizer and it was, there was a Wallmaster in the icebreaker room, and it spawns just enough so when you're in the middle of doing your icebreaker routine, it comes and grabs you.
Oh yeah, that's a good funny joke.
So Hitman's gonna continue on their crystal conquering ways with that fire rod in hand. We can now go defeat Skullwoods. Meanwhile, Shiloh is going to be setting up to collect silver arrows from the tile room play here.
Alright, Gentleman, let's see what happens. Nice dodge there.
But probably here comes the Wallmaster in 3, 2... Oh, they got it away.
Well done.
Pretty disgusting back of Skullwoods there. Ooh, nearly getting Wallmastered was bread.
Alright, helmet down for Gentleman.
And we got the Butter Sword, Gold Sword, off the boss.
Nice, I couldn't even see what that was in front of the explosion.
Yeah, the palette shuffle is pretty rough.
So, Randomizer's one mode where that Butter Sword can actually be very helpful if there's an Ice Trinex.
Down goes Vitreous and Skullwoods for Hitman.
So Crystal's number 4 for Hitman, Breadcoon, and Gentleman in quick succession.
Yeah, we're just scavenging for that Bombos medallion. That's all we need to end the game. But it's sure nice getting as many crystal dungeons done as soon as you can. So it looks like Brett is going to head back into Swamp because, you know, aside from, you know, being able to defeat Pod or Crystal, we want to get that information, though, and get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, leaving with the Fire Rod made perfect sense when you had all of Ice and the rest of Skull to do, but now it's still your densest location to go back and look for Bombos.
This might be a catfish play from Hitman.
And Pyramid Ledge, actually.
Yeah, it's usually a good combo. And since we have the hookshot and medallion, we can also hookshot our way across into Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb. If
Good
those
point.
have not been done yet.
We have not seen Graveyard Ledge. So this is some good splitting up of the chores by the Uncle Routers.
Yeah, because I mean, this is gonna be the two densest location, like, kind of runs we can do at the same time. Ooh, Bread Coon beansing the Specky clip, but gets it the second time. We didn't see that. First try.
Yeah, the first one was just a warm-up.
The trick is that you have to move backwards in one nice motion. You can't pause in the middle of it, otherwise it like screws up your sub-pixel thing or whatever it is. All I know is it doesn't work if you kind of stutter-step your movement there.
Right, Redcoon skipping left side swamp makes sense. That is Vitri's down for Shiloh, and she's going to get her second crystal. Now, Jetman's going to give us our first silverless Viti fight.
Something tells me, Brad, you're not going to be able to do Diver Down without powder to get rid of that anti-fairy. Alright, we have Shiloh going into Eastern now to collect another crystal. This is what Shiloh has to do. She has to catch up on crystals at this point.
Yeah. An unfortunate double dip into Eastern here for her.
Alright, all that gnashing and crying for a compass and 10 arrows from our failed diver down attempts.
And just 5 rupees from Catfish.
Oh look, incentive to come back in. We got the big key for Swamp. I think this might be a follow into Swamp. We don't have the book, so we can't check tablets. Some Armos Knights. We will say goodbye to them very quickly with the silver arrows here. 10 arrows for disappointment. Honestly, not a bad idea to collect the pendant.
Not knowing what Ped is, I think leaving the pendant behind would just be a critical error.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that get cute and, save 10 seconds by leaving the pendant behind. But especially if we get that Ether Medallion, that would open up Turtle Rock, which is our last pendant.
And quite a few checks in there, and it's also the green pendant on top of that.
Yeah, I think this is Uncle Routers calling their shot, knowing that there must be something on left side swamp here, because they're both in at the same time. It's not the big chest, though. That was just the map.
So Gentleman is going left side first.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, because you're ahead of your teammate, you gotta get clears in while your teammate catches up. enemy layout is not being friendly, though, for that crystal switch room.
Huh, the Uncle routers are almost in sync here. So Shiloh is walking out of the pod area. This could be Catfish.
I guess, but this is definitely slower than a save and quit. There's
Bottle
just so
number
many.
3.
Alright.
And
There's our
Bombos.
Bombos. So that's gonna put go mode for the Uncle routers at 55 minutes on the button. That also puts Jettoman in go as well. So yep, Shiloh's being alerted, hey, please get your Bombos here. Although she has to get the fire out as well. It does not appear that she has that.
Well, at least she'll only need to make one trip into Swamp.
Yeah, but this is definitely looking pretty good for the Uncle routers. We have... Yeah, they both have three crystal dungeons to do. A couple of trades to do, but 3 crystal dungeons. And but yeah, they'll be on their way pretty soon into a GT. A pretty decent chance of, I would say they might get... I wonder if they're going to get the sub 120.
Yeah, that seems firmly in reach.
As we're hitting up close to that 1 hour mark and we hit go mode, give all these runners a follow. We have Hitman, Redcoon, Jettoman, Shiloh Korgsky, and yeah, they all stream fairly regularly. Give them a follow, and if you'd like, you can give Blue Link and I a follow. We're your friendly commentators and our amazing trackers. We have, you know, Drossi and Saber UX. Big thanks to everyone involved here at SpeedGaming. Yeah, if you want to get involved with helping out, always needing help with tracking, is our secret superstars here. Without trackers, there's no restream, so if you want to get involved, that is a lovely way to do it. Also, if you want, you can also sign up for commentary as well. Ooh, we have ourselves a Godmire, that's nice.
Alright, we did see the compass from Jettoman, I think. Oh, it's blind.
This will be an easy cleanup. We have the cape, so while Blind is hanging out in the goo, we can use our cape.
Right, crystal number 5 for Breadkun.
So Uncle Railers both have 2 dungeons to go.
So Jettoman very well could be the first to finish, but it's going to be very difficult for him to get enough of a lead to help Shiloh out.
Yeah, that's the math equation that's going to come down to, is with Shiloh catching up here, she knows where to go now. Hitman getting bullied like crazy by all of those rollers.
Well, that's what fairies are for, right?
Thankfully. This time we're through.
Right, that is Bombos for Shiloh, and she's out.
Ooh, still the Wall Master remains in that dungeon. That's pretty funny. So we have Jetto Man entering Pod, their last dungeon.
Alright, here's Vitreous for Breadgun. Playing it safe down to 4 hearts, just gonna use the cape. Why not?
I was about to say, I thought they were about to turn off the cape, and I'm like, oh, you didn't get them all. Shiloh electing for the purge strategy of all those enemies waiting for her in the first room of Mire. Bombos is always nice to have for Randomizer shenanigans like that with disgusting rooms.
Right, Hitman's fighting Helmasaur. He was being very careful about the Wall Masters upstairs.
No doubt, Brad informed him. Oh no, chat pointing out that Shiloh did not pick up the cane.
Oh no.
That's just gonna be more lost time they can't really afford. I mean, rushing the Godmire, but we're gonna strike out pretty quickly. Just a few rooms away when we can't hit the switch.
You think maybe you could just like whack it really hard with the hammer so it gets stuck?
You would think. But, cue disappointing realization in 3, 2, 1, and... oh, no cane.
Although mirroring out with those 4 fireballs closing in on her was an interesting image there.
Yeah. There we go. Now we can fix it. And it looks like they're electing to finish Desert first before going back into Mire.
Yeah, it'll save an extra mirror transition.
Meanwhile, Bread is finishing their last dungeon.
Does Gentleman not have the cape?
I don't think they do.
What's the cape?
It was pretty early. It was in, I want to say, Link's house. Link's house or Sanctuary had that.
Oh goodness.
So I guess maybe when it was declared, yeah, so Okay, so that meant Jetto had the... Had the uncle start and then just never went to Sank because, it's just a cape. So it looks like, Breadcoon will probably be the first one done, and with 7 crystals, and I see you can predict with channel points. Where is that GT Big Key? You can start making your bets. I see 10k already on Tile Room from a nice memer, so someone's gonna get those points instead.
Oh, I love Tile Room. I always pick Tile Room if I was picking.
I think this is going to be friendly. It's probably just going to be in the Stalfos room, and I have 34,000 channel points. What's 5,000 out of my wallet?
Alright, that's crystal number 7 for Breadcoon.
Although usually I say it's usually check number 15 or 16 or somewhere along those lines, because that means it'll be in Rando Rush room, and all the Rando Rushers can laugh at me.
Right, here's Blind for Hitman. This will be his 7th crystal.
So Jetto is actually going to be the first one in. Alright.
Alright, he is officially into GT.
And gonna go to the right. So let's take a look here. So chest number 1 is a small key. Chest number 2 is a heart container, and they're doing the correct routing, aka the one I do, and going to the right.
But not rushing Tile Room, I'm disappointed.
Alright, through the puzzle. Shades, please. Number 3 is 20 rupees. Number 4 is 5 rupees. Number 6 is
there.
20, and that's just a bunch of money in the compass room. So 1 through 6, disappointment.
Right, Breadcoon's almost into GT. Let's see what he does.
7 on the torch is 20, and we're both going to the left for Breadcoon here.
Oh, this is an excellent choice of music for GT on Breadcoon's side.
Eight, 9, 10 arrows and a small key. 10 is a small key. 11 is bombies.
Well, this is actually a little interesting. Breadcoon is going back to the right just as Hitman's entering GT.
There's our double firebar room, number 12. Oh, Moogle X gets the entire pot. Lots of channel points.
All right. Blind down for Shiloh. Crystal number 5.
Unfortunately, this is not looking good with both of the Uncle routers in GT. Ice Palace takes a hot second to get through.
Alright, Breadcoon getting the news from Hitman, and they mirror out in sync, and Breadcoon wants to get an extra small key? No, he already picked this up. Does he want bombs?
Maybe, but there are places to get them.
Oh, he wants the big key, of course.
Oh, right, yeah, he's got it. I thought he already did that, so my bad.
This is why our trackers are our MVPs, everyone.
If you want more empty-brained nonsense, my team is playing its Game 3 tomorrow, and I'll be one of the runners in that, although it'll be co-op AD, so it might be a little bit easier.
Have to admit, though, it would be a little funny if they both went up towards the big key door in sync and only one of them could get through.
Yeah, that would be pretty tragic.
Shadowman just making good use of bombos, and he gets a full magic drop there.
Yeah, sometimes these gauntlet runes are annoying. Like with these shades running around and these jellies that won't die. Oh, we get a cold stare in the Landmo 2 room.
So we have not seen Lanmo or Trinex, and our third duplicate. There is one more boss upstairs, one we're not going to see in the basement, and the boss of TR, which we're not going to see.
Probably just a vanilla Trinex in Turtle Rock.
Just being lonely in there, all by himself. At least he's got his three heads to keep, each other company. Hitman is not that much behind Shadowman, actually.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty close for the 1, 2, 3. We'll see who shakes this out.
That room was really nicely done there by Breadcoon.
Yes. Because your usual execution in your gauntlet climb, if you practice NMG or just practice the split in general, all of your general execution goes out the window because the enemies aren't the same. Oh, you got another quick prediction. Who's at Moldorm 2? You have a choice of Cold Stare, Helma King, or Moldorm. I will go with Moldorm. What's another 5,000?
Nice pick.
Oh.
And of course, it has 4 eyes because the other Moldorm had 4 eyes. Oh no!
Rolled.
Well, both of the Uncle Routers were in the same room there for a moment. Alright, Gentleman has made it through that icy room and is gonna fight Aga 2 momentarily.
But what's interesting is Jetto does not have silvers. So they may be ahead for the moment, but we're gonna see while Jetto is spinning on phase 4, Breadcoon and Hitman will be shooting.
That is a very good point. And that is Aga 2 down, just seconds ahead of Hitman entering the fight. Oh, very nice there by Hitman.
Yep, getting through that fight, and
Nice triple.
Yeah, I was gonna say Breadkin with that triple is gonna be right behind.
You know, with that silver advantage you mentioned, Gentleman could very well end up finishing third here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little close. I would say he's going to come in second because already on phase 3. This seed's been very friendly, and you know, we're definitely hitting that sub 120 like I was talking about earlier.
Alright, Hitman's into phase 3. So is Breadcoon.
Jetto Man in Elite Gamer mode, they, I don't think they can get hugged. Well, no, they have red mail, just kidding.
Both the Uncle Routers into phase 4. Getting their silvers in, that's Ganon down for Hitman. And there's Gentleman finishing, and Breadkin almost got the whatever double or triple, and that wow, in quick succession, 1, 2, 3.
I was gonna say, dang, if Brad had nailed the triple, he would have sniped Jetto Man there, but it'll be Hitman with a race time official time of 1:16:24, Jetto Man with a 1:16:32, and Bread with a 1:16:37, and Shiloh the Korgski has forfeited. So that's gonna do it for the race. We'll see if our runners are interested in joining for an interview post-race.
Looks like they are piling into the setup channel. We'll have them here momentarily.
So that will be the Uncle Routers taking the game and the series, and they will move on. I believe, if I'm remembering it right, it would be the Joyo of Randos who they'll face, according to Drossi, if I'm remembering that straight from about a half an hour ago.
Well, our runners will be joining us any second now.
We do see Shiloh will not join. It's a bit late for them. And we are joined by Breadcoon, Jetto Man, and Hitman. GG's to all of you. Finished within like 3 seconds of each other. That was pretty fantastic.
GG.
Yeah, that was funny.
Fred or Hitman, feel good to get the snipe on me this time around.
That's right. Yeah, you got it on me that time.
Yeah, I got it on you and Retron, so we're all even Stevens now.
Yeah, I mean, clearly that fire rod just had to lock Bombos or Ether. It wasn't. Swamp wasn't supposed to have anything else.
No, nothing else existed there. No chance. No chance at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, this seed gave the items fast and furious pretty much right off the hop.
Yeah, because if you just realistically you take Hook, you go up the mountain, and then you go into swamp, and you're done. That's it. It's the same.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for Randomizer, it seemed like it played it pretty light, pretty easy. A couple rooms being jerks. But the rollers and ice were amusing.
They
Roller
were.
hell.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there was that nasty wall master. I
I blame the anti-fairy on that one.
That's becoming cliche at this point. That one's there so often anymore, it seems.
I was trying not to get bounced around by the anti-fairies. I'm trying to pull the statue. I wasn't thinking of Wallmaster.
Yeah, I don't know why that room loves to have a Wallmaster and anti-fairies in it.
Yeah.
And he just has a ton of enemy slots. That room in particular is like 7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah, because there's normally 4 buried under the rock to the right, and they split into 2 each, so it's 8. Plus the other 2 that split.
So if I'm remembering this right from Drossi, who explained it, you'll be playing the Joy of Rando. How do you feel about lining up against them next?
Another rematch. Yay.
The GT tour continues.
Yep.
Yeah, GT Divisions is going to take a world tour knocking each other out.
Yeah, I mean, you all had a very competitive division, you know. Almost there was like I remember in the last week of the season there was a wacky tiebreaker scenario where your division could have sent 5 teams to the playoffs.
That's about right for GT.
Didn't end up happening quite like that, but you know, it's still a very impressive run for everyone here, you know, and big GGs to Link Floyd making the playoffs as well.
Yep.
Sorry that this match didn't quite go your way. It was a little bit of a challenge at times, you know. Randomizer just takes your normal execution and throws it in the garbage, so totally getting the heebie-jeebies in some of the rooms there.
Yeah. No, that's nothing strange for us. It's just we're both real tired, so we're not late night people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, my job doesn't this being West Coast and job that works a bit late makes it a little difficult for during the week.
Yeah. Well, we don't really want to keep you on for too long. You know, Seed was pretty friendly. So just extending a hearty GGs to you both, to everyone. You know, Shiloh and Jetto, and Bread and Hitman. All very fine runners. Any kind of final thoughts for you all before we head on out?
Just good luck to you guys in the rest of the tournament. Good luck with your rematch against Joy Rando, and have fun.
Well, I wonder if whoever wins on that one is going to be another GT rematch. I'm pretty sure there's other GT teams in action. Is there? I don't know.
Yeah, you got
Haven't
Meme
looked.
Item still going strong, so
It is possible to have 3 in a row GT rematches.
It sure is.
But yeah, and maybe you won't get smirked next round.
That's I don't know. He's had a habit of smirking all over me when I've played him in ladder, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's because he hangs out with Gamachu too much. You know, it's just getting the Luxac dust all over him.
But it couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Just the dust? Man stole the whole bag. What are you talking about?
No, we're not slagging on Smirk. They're a fantastic runner too. It's
Oh, yeah,
just,
I'm not making
it's
fun
a
of
good
them.
joke.
I'm not a big fan. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, truly one of the kindest souls in Rando. I can't say enough good things about him. Um, but yeah, I guess we can just kind of wrap it up. Just want to say thanks on behalf of everyone at SpeedGaming, you know, with Blue Link helping Calm and Drossi stepping in, along with, say, RyuX on tracking. Can't do this without any of y'all putting on the show or helping behind the scenes here and helping out with us running our faces. But yeah, I just want to say thanks, and yeah, Blue Link, you can take us on home.
All right. Well, just one random fun fact first. I like how Breadcoon's collection rate is the mean of Hitman's and Gentleman's.
Oh, how about that? It all comes back to math in the end.
Well, thank you to all our runners for putting on an excellent show. Thank you for our MVP trackers for making this whole endeavor possible. And thank you everyone for joining us. We hope you join us for the next race that comes up.
Have a good night, everyone.